You're going to hear a lot of people try and break down why Minnesota is down 0-3, whether it's going to be Rudy Gobert's defense, drop coverage, schematics on both ends, all that stuff. People are going to try and get real galaxy brain with it, when the simplest answer is just Luka and Kyrie have been better than Anthony Edwards and Karl-Anthony Towns. It's really that simple. Kyrie and Luka have averaged 60.4 points per game on 49% shooting through 3 games, compared to just 37 points per game on 33% shooting for Ant and Cat. Sometimes it really is that simple of my best guys are better than your best guys. And it's funny because I remember when the Mavs traded for Kyrie, of course I knew all the risk of signing Kyrie Irving. We're not going to do that revisionist history to act like there wasn't any concern with Irving at the time. But I remember thinking to myself, wow, if Kyrie can just get it right, this team could be a real dark horse contender. Because when you can have 2 guys of that caliber capable of going for 30 every night and being able to close games basically by themselves, that's a really dangerous recipe. You kind of saw it in the 2016 finals with LeBron and Kyrie, where, in games 5, 6, and 7, those 2 guys were just unstoppable and just dragged the Cavs to a championship. And you're seeing it now in Dallas, specifically in the fourth quarter, where, all 3 of these games have been insanely close. Okay, don't let the 9-point win fool you. It really came down to the wire. Game 3, Game 2, and Game 1 obviously came down to the final minute as well. Game 2, literally the last shot. But that's literally been all the difference in these games. When you get to these fourth quarters and you have 2 players the caliber of Luka and Kyrie, people are starting to call them the best offensive backcourt in NBA history. And at first I was like, whoa, no way. What about Steph and Klay? But I'm like, okay, Steph, obviously, but I don't know if Klay can get 30 as easily as Kyrie can. And so you start to think that, and it's like, oh. And you see it in the numbers. According to ESPN Stats and Info, Kyrie and Luka are the first starting backcourt to each score 30 points in the same game 3 times in a postseason in the last 50 years. I mean, just look at the fourth quarter numbers. Mavs have a 119 offensive rating in the clutch compared to just an 80 offensive rating for Mini. That's literally the difference. It's our 2 best guys know how to close games, and Minnesota's don't. And you kind of understand it because, for all the praise about Anthony Edwards, he is still only 22 years old. But that's just what's funny about basketball sometimes is you'll listen to these podcasts, you read all these articles, and people will give these really detailed breakdown explanation of why this team lost. Because again, there's always a lot of talk about Rudy Gobert and drop coverage, should be playing the level of the screen, all this stuff. Minnesota's offense, were they as aggressive? And sometimes it literally just comes down to our best guys were better than your best guys, and that's been the theme this entire series, where Luka and Kyrie, in these games that are literally hanging in the balance, to have 2 of the best closers in the game today, it's literally what's made all the difference. Where Kyrie scores double digits in this fourth quarter, Luka hit the game winner in Game 2. I believe he scored 15 points in the fourth quarter in Game 1. That's literally been the difference. That's why Dallas is up 3-0. Their best guys are better than your best guys. Sometimes that's literally what it's all about. That's what it's about here. And Dallas is 1 win away from the NBA Finals because of it.